Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is C from Bazaar Boys Games, and today I'm coming at you with my top 10 favorite cards in my collection. This is the first video I wanted to do to showcase off my collection. Full disclaimer, not the most valuable cards you'll see in this collection here, but these are definitely my favorites, my favorite top 10. I think when it comes to collecting, we all have our different reasons for collecting cards, whether they be valuable, rare, or just sentimental value. And I feel like a lot of the cards that I have here really have a lot of sentimental value, whether they be first pulls or particular Pokemon. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So let's jump right into it. So the first card I have here, as you can tell, is very heavily damaged. Very interesting anecdote to this one. I don't even think this would get like a PSA 1, to be honest with you, but this is definitely a card I'll never grade ever. This is the card that really got me into collecting Pokemon. I would say it's my first ever chase card, and I pulled this when I was a kid, maybe like 6 years old, 7 years old, somewhere around that age range. So this is the Venusaur base set unlimited. Really took some damage. This was at a time where, when we were young and collecting cards, we didn't really have the know-how on how to take care of these cards. So you were putting the cards in your pocket, you were taking them to school, you were throwing them on the ground, sliding them all over the place, whipping them through the air, like all kinds of crazy stuff that we'd never do nowadays. But back then, we didn't really know any better, and this was a card where I loved bringing it to school in my pocket. No sleeve or anything like that, just right in my pocket, would show my friends, play around with it. And very tragic story with this one. I left it in my pocket when my mom went to go do my laundry, and as you can see, it barely survived the laundry, but it's still here, and after all these years, I did keep it. And this is like a memento to me on why I got started in collecting Pokemon, and what really gave me that allure into collecting Pokemon cards. And this was the first card, the Venusaur. I was always a Bulbasaur fan. I know a lot of people are Charizard fans, and picking Charmander and Squirtle as their first Pokemon, but for me it was always Bulbasaur, so naturally Venusaur was my evolution in the games. And of course, when it came to the card game as well, it was this Venusaur here. So I'm hoping one day I can pick this up, in a mint condition. That's kind of like my ultimate goal in Pokemon right now. In trading card, at least, is to be able to get a near mint condition, or even just mint condition Venusaur, and pair it along with this original one that I had many years ago. So that is number one. And by the way, this list is not by any means like in ordering at all. It's just my top 10, no particular order. I'd love to hear what you guys think of some of these cards. Which one is your favorite? Do you have any of these cards? If not, which one would you want? And which one is your favorite? Let me know. I'd be really interested to find out. Okay, so this one also has a lot of sentimental value. Again, not a card that's really valuable at this particular time. It may not ever be valuable, but for me, it really carries a lot of sentimental value. And this one is the Diantha from Ultra Prism, I believe. But as you can tell, it's got that Pokemon Regional Championships logo in the bottom right hand corner. This was the first tournament I ever attended for a Pokemon trading card game. When I was younger and I opened up packs, Never really played the game too much. Played all different types of games, like I mentioned earlier, like whipping the cards around, sliding them, all types of stuff. But the actual Pokemon game I never really played when I was younger. And so a few years ago, when the Bazaar boys and I got back into Pokemon cards, we did try to play the game and see how it went, and we really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much so that I did want to try and compete at least one time in my life, just to say that I have. And back then when I was living in Toronto, they did have the Toronto Regional Championships. I believe this may have been 2019, earlier 2018. I can't quite remember. But this was a promo card that they handed out at that time to all players. And it was really cool just attending that event and seeing the venue and all the professional players, some of the best players in the world, bringing my own deck. I think I played a Rogue Gallade Lycanroc GX deck. This was back in the day where Buzzwole Lycanroc, for all you guys that are in the competitive space, Buzzwole Lycanroc was rampant. It was all over the place, and I didn't want to spend a crazy amount of money building a deck. I wanted to build something that I felt was original to me. So I did play a Gallade Lycanroc deck with the Octillery engine. It didn't do too bad for my first tournament. I think it went 2 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. Obviously not good enough to make it to day 2, but I think the experience overall was quite amazing, and I actually did attend a second regional champions after that. But this is the first card I got from my first tournament, and so obviously a card I will never sell. It'll always be with me. I think along with the Venusaur, maybe if one day I clear out my collection, I think at the very minimum these 2 cards will always remain. So that's it. It's the Diantha Ultra Prism. It's the Toronto Regional Championships promo card. Okay, so this next one does have a bit more value. As you can see, it is a PSA graded card. Actually bought this off of one of my buddies. I always loved this card from this set, and never got a chance to pull it. But once I saw that he was selling it, I was like, I have to have that card, because this was the chase card. So this is from Shining Legends, and it's the Mewtwo full art, alternate art. It's the test tube Mewtwo, just an absolutely beautiful card. Just the laboratory, Mewtwo there, very reminiscent of, I believe, the original Pokemon movie. Mewtwo Strikes Back. I think that was around the year 2000 for those of us that remember that far back. And it's just a stunning card. I love the texture on Mewtwo inside the tube. I don't know if you guys can see that and the glow it has. It's a PSA Mint 9, so pretty great card. Here in Canada, I believe it's valued at around 150 Canadian. I'm not sure what that is in US dollars. Bazaar Boys, we're based in Canada here, so everything we'll talk about will be in Canadian dollars. But just an absolutely stunning card. Really one of my favorites. Okay, next one here is actually a card that I recently pulled. It's actually one of my recent pulls. I opened this up from a Fusion Strike booster box. Again, not something that has a lot of value to it, but I've never owned one of these ever before this time. This is the Gold Grass Energy, and I really like this one because, again, I've never owned a Gold Energy card before. And grass has always been my favorite type. Green is my favorite color, so naturally with the gold and the shine, the sparkles, it's just beautiful. Centering's not so great on it, but it's just one of my favorites, just for a number of different reasons, and very proud to have pulled this one. I mean, the booster box itself was a bit of a dud. It did not really have too many pulls from it, but this was easily the best one from that. So Gold Grass Energy card from Fusion Strike. Okay, this is also a bit of a newer one. Through these cards I'm showing you here, we're going through some cards that are vintage to modern to ultra modern. So this is part of the ultra modern as well. This is from Astro Radiance. I did pull this one from Astro Radiance booster box. It is the Trainer Art Gallery Bronzong. Now, I'm not a particular fan of Bronzong at all, but I do love Jasmine. You know, I'm a Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 guy. I love those 3 generations. Played so much of them when I was younger. Jasmine, obviously being from Gen 2, I believe she's the 6th gym leader and the first gym leader that had the steel typing. So just love her character design, and even with the card as well. We got the contrast of the card is just stunning. We got, you know, that gray background, but the colors really pop off this one. And that's why I like it so much. It's got that beautiful shine to it, the beautiful rainbow shine, but the contrast with you know, the teal colors, and you know, Jasmine, her dress, her skirt matching color of Bronzong. I just think it's a really beautiful card overall, and yeah, definitely one of my favorites here. Again, not a too valuable card, but just the artwork itself is something that I just really appreciate with this card. And interestingly enough, the next card up is actually the next card after Bronzong Trainer Art Gallery from Astro Radiance. It's the Hoot Trainer Art Gallery. This one, I just love the artwork on this one again as well. I actually live on the West Coast now, near the mountains, and so I just love like the mountain backdrop, and you know, the Hoot owls are some of my favorite animals, and just a really cool card with the Hoot there next to meditating monk. I just think it's such a beautiful and simplistic card. The shines are always great on these Trainer Art Galleries, but I just think that the design of this one is just so interesting and so nice. So Hoot from Trainer Art Gallery Astro Radiance. Okay, I'm throwing it back again with this next one. This card, probably from one of my favorite sets of all time. Not in particularly good condition, but it's the Dark Charmeleon. And I know I just said that Bulbasaur is one of my favorites, but this card is just so cool. Like one of the coolest cards I've ever seen. The Dark Charmeleon, like the spiral effect with the flames. I just think it's one of the coolest cards ever made from one of the coolest sets ever made. And Team Rocket, it's got to be one of my favorite sets. I remember opening up plenty of this when I was younger. Where those cards are, I don't know. My mom does say that there are some cards back at her house on the other side of the country, which we've yet to find yet. So I'm really hoping I can bump into some of those cards again. I can find them and re-explore my collection. But this is one card I still do have from that somehow. But yeah, just a really cool card. Everybody talks about Charizard and how cool Charizard is, but let's not forget about Charmeleon. Like, what a fierce, cool-looking card this is. So yeah, Dark Charmeleon from Team Rocket. Okay, speeding things back up, going into the future again. We're going to Modern now, Sun and Moon. This was my first full art card I ever pulled. And I didn't even realize there was full art cards, you know, at the time of pulling this a few years ago. But when I pulled it, I was like, wow, they actually make these. Like, look how beautiful this artwork is. So this one, it's the How full art from Guardians Rising. I really liked how in Sun and Moon they had that Polynesian style theme to it, with the environment and just like the culture they had in the game. I think that's really on display here with the background and then the flowers. Alolan Raichu is there. Raichu is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. So it's really cool to see those themes and elements in this card along with Raichu. Just very cool card. Okay, we're getting down to the last couple ones here. Again, this is another one of my firsts. This is still in Modern era. This is the Rainbow Dialga. I just really like how they did the rainbows in Sun and Moon. I know they're still doing them now with Sword and Shield, but for me, I think Pokemon really got it spot on with the rainbow effect in Sun and Moon. I think now with the newer rainbow cards. The saturation is just very heavy on it. There's not much of a border. I wish I had another rainbow card to show you guys here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. In new rainbow cards, saturation is very high. The borders are, I believe they're only really from the last half of the card, but in this rainbow rare here, I just think the colors are really subtle, and they're subtle enough where you can see the sun ray background effect and the texture to it, the border going all the way around. I just think they got it spot on with the rainbow rares here, and this is also one of the first rainbow rares I ever pulled, Dialgo GX. And I remember at the time looking up the value of this card because I thought, wow, like this must be worth a ton of money, and I think it was only worth like a few dollars back when I pulled it. Back when I think it's Ultra Prism when that came out. And I just put it away. I was kind of disappointed to find it was only worth a few dollars, and now I believe it's somewhere over like 20 Canadian dollars. So it's not too bad, but it's definitely something that'll probably rise in value. I think anytime you can get a rainbow rare of a legendary Pokemon, there will be some allure to it and some demand for it. So it's the Dialga GX Rainbow Rare from Ultra Prism. Okay, and the last one here. This is also a newer pull. Just another stunning card here. I really like how they did full art stadium cards, and I think this is one of the coolest ones that they did. It's the full art gold Path to the Peak. Just an amazing card. The gold effect, like the angle of the artwork here with the gold snowflakes. There's really not much to say about this. I remember pulling this and just being stunned for like a few minutes on how beautiful it was. Look at that. I'm just gushing over it. I think out of all of these cards, it's probably one of my favorite arts as well. Favorite arts of any card I've ever pulled in any collection, of any card I've ever seen, actually. I just love this artwork. Growing up in Canada, obviously we have a lot of snow up here, so very reminiscent of the winters, and I think they just got everything right here with like the white of the snow and the gold along the edges, of course, but also the gold in the snowflakes. I just think it's a really stunning card overall, and what a great way to end off this collection series here. So it's the Secret Rare Path to the Peak. That's also from Astral Radiance. So that's it, guys. Let me know, what do you think about this collection here, and what are some of your favorite cards? I know we all have our different reasons, so let me know, what are your favorite cards from this collection that I showed here, and what are some of your favorite cards that you have in your own collection? Let us know. The Bazaar boys, we're looking to make more video content, engage in the community as well, so reach out to us, and we'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So thanks again for watching this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.